Today, we take a look at some of my favorite cover songs by Blink-182. Let's check it. If you're in a band, or if you've ever seen a band live at the least, then at some point you've either covered songs or seen a band do a cover song. Cover songs are great in moderation. They can convey what the band's kind of into, as well as make a connection with the audience on a personal level. And sometimes, cover songs can even be better than the original version. Taking point, Weezer's version of Africa. Sorry, Toto. The Blink-182 is one of my favorite bands. I didn't realize until recently how many songs they've actually covered, played live, or recorded over the years. Then again, they've been a band for almost 30 years now. Whether it be live covers, live recorded covers, or flat out recording studio recorded versions of the songs, with everyone from Billy Idol and The Cure to Screeching Weasel and NOFX, the band has covered through the years, showing their diversity and personal influence. So without any more talking, let's just get into it. These aren't my favorite order or anything, they're just the order that I looked them up in. So, yeah, I do have favorite songs, but I don't really care enough to list the favorite ones. Whatever. First up is The Girl Next Door, off of their 1994 album, Buddha. The song was originally by Screeching Weasel. This song was originally off Screeching Weasel's 1995 album, Kill the Musicians. And I know what you think. If the Blink one came out in 94 and this one came out in 95, how does that work if they're covering the Screeching Weasel song? Well, the Screeching Weasel album is a compilation album of every song they've had between 1989 and 1994 as a band, and thus making the album 1995. So, I didn't even know this was a Screeching Weasel cover. I just thought that it was all part of Buddha, which is technically a demo album. I've talked about Buddha on this channel before. It was one of the first vinyls that I ever bought. Not my favorite Blink album, but definitely iconic. The song just sounds like a regular Blink tune. Unless you knew the Screeching Weasel tune, you would never know that The Girl Next Door was actually a Blink song. But this is one of the ones that I recently just found out about, so fuck me for not knowing anything. The Longest Line, off of their 1993 demo, Fleiswater, which was originally by NOFX, off of their EP released in 1992, entitled The Longest Line. I knew this one. I've had Fleiswater for a really long time. I pirated that shit a long time ago, as everybody did back in the day, trying to get songs for free, or trying to just get songs. I mean, to try to find a demo album from a band, it's damn near impossible unless you were on the early days of eBay and Amazon. I still have Fleiswater saved to a hard drive. I think that the band only put that album out in cassette tape form. I don't even think there were CDs made of this. I mean, to try to find a cassette tape and then a cassette player to play the songs, pretty difficult. But this song, The Longest Line, you know, Tom and Mark have said over the years that NOFX was a huge influence on the band, and to hear them perform a NOFX song kind of comes in full circle. I like the NOFX version song better, not gonna lie. The Blink-182 version is way slower, and if anybody's ever seen NOFX live, they're like the pioneers of goofing off on stage, which is where Blink has already said in the past that they've adopted that persona from NOFX. Check out both versions. I'll leave links to this stuff in the description below. Another Girl, Another Planet, off of their 2005 Greatest Hits album, originally performed by The Only Ones. Now, this song was released in 1978 and has been covered from bands throughout the years. But most recognizably is a version of this tune from Blink's Greatest Hits album / Travis Barker's TV show on MTV called Meet the Barkers. It was actually the theme song for the TV show. It was one of the last songs that the band recorded before disbanding, and both versions are actually pretty awesome. While the Only One's version's kind of slower, and they are a British rock band, so there are all the nuances and little quips that come with British rock groups, while the Blink version is a totally modernized version of the song, and totally like it's a total pop punk song. What else can I say? Give both tunes a listen. They're both good, in my opinion. What Went Wrong, off of Blink-182's 2001 album, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Now, this song is not a cover. I just figured I'd stick it on here because it's been noted more than a couple times that the song's guitar melody and vocal melody were both inspired from Love Spit Love's song Am I Wrong, which was off of the Angus soundtrack. A really awesome cover of the Love Spit Love song is actually by Brand New. Look up Am I Wrong by Brand New. Both versions are awesome, but I figured I'd put this one on the list because it's like I said, it's been said over and over again that this song was heavily inspired by the Love Spit Love tune. If you listen to both of them back to back, What Went Wrong, the melody is a little slower, and the Am I Wrong version is way quicker, but they're both kind of there, and you can kind of see where the inspiration comes from. So figured I'd stick this one on the list. Kind of more of a bonus than anything. Amoeba by the Endless Bummer soundtrack in 2009. Now, this song was originally by the Adolescents, and I can't really say it's Blink-182, but I guess I can say it's Blink-182 since Travis and Mark of Blink covered this song in 2009. It sounds like Blink would cover it. I'm not sure if Mark played guitar on this or they got someone else to fill in studio sessions, but it's a recorded version of the song. You should check it out. The Adolescents version is iconic. If anyone's ever played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that tune was on there, and if you're in the punk community, everybody knows the Adolescents, so give both songs a listen. Moving right on with compilations and soundtracks, this is Dancing With Myself off of the Before You Were Punk compilation album in 1997, and the song is originally by Billy Idol. This was like Billy Idol's breakout hit after he was in Generation X, that and of course White Wedding. I remember hearing this song again when I downloaded Fly Swatter. There were a bunch of like rarities and demos, and this song was on here with a couple others that I will get to in a minute. It's cool to see that Billy Idol is an influence to the band. Like I said, Generation X was a big thing in the 70s and early 80s, and Billy Idol's solo career took the hell off, and I still consider him, you know, a punk guy. So Hybrid Moments by the Misfits. This is a live version from a Leeds/Reading festival in 2014. There's a video of them playing it, Tom singing the song, which kind of fits him because he's got that more nasally and kind of whining voice, and he fits the that Glenn Danzig singing style just right. The song's way faster. It's got some like Blink nuances in it. Just give it a listen. There's not much to say about it. It's a solid cover. It's cool with this because Blink has said again in the past that they're inspired while starting and got their chops from bands like the Misfits. And to hear this again coming full circle is pretty rad. Dead Man's Curve, originally by Jan and Dean. This song was recorded for a CBS miniseries called Shake, Rattle, and Roll, where Blink was actually cast, well, Mark and Tom anyway, were cast to play the surf act. I consider them an early punk band, kind of like the Ventures, Jan and Dean, who not only portrayed the characters but recorded this song, Dead Man's Curve. One of the guys from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones were actually in this mini-series too. It's really cool to see that they took it back. I mean, a whole lot. This song was recorded in 1964. Let me look that up. Yes, 1964 something. I guess it was just it was recorded in 1964. It was recorded in 1963, released in 1964 as a 7-inch. It was a B-side, and I don't know, I guess it just caught the guys' interest and they decided to record it. It's really cool to not only just see the guys perform the song and record the song, but it's also cool to see them act. They've been in a couple small things here and there. Tom was in the movie Idle Hands, and Mark was on a TV show called Haunted, which Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day also appeared in another episode. Little fun fact. Hope by the Descendants. I really couldn't find the exact date this song was played/recorded, but it's anywhere between 2000 and 2004. I actually took the Reddit for this one to find out, and no one could really find anything other than one or two people on there remember this being a live recording from a radio station where the band would just kind of plug and play, and it was played on the radio, and someone just so happened to record it, and it was a live recording, a live thing that was just, I guess, a one-off. The song is really awesome. It's really fast. It's one of my favorite covers of a Descendants song. I was thinking about doing some Descendants covers of my favorite bands. Bouncing Souls does an awesome version. Taking Back Sunday has a cool version of Suburban Home, and so does MXPX. But I'm digressing a whole lot. Let's just move to the next song. Last but not least, these are going to be two songs, but they're by the same band. So first up is Boys Don't Cry by The Cure off of a BBC radio broadcast from 2004. The band actually played this with Robert Smith, who's the lead singer from The Cure, and they got Robert Smith to sing on their 2003 self-titled Untitled album for the song All of This. The guys have said in the past that, especially Mark, he really liked The Cure growing up. He would go to school with eyeliner and crazy hair, and was really into like the emo goth type phase, I guess, for a while. You know, a band like The Cure is like an on the fence band where, you know, you could be from the hardcore scene and still like The Cure. You can be an emo kid and still like The Cure. You can be a fucking metal guy and still like The Cure. The Misfits is another band that's like that. They're just an all-around great band that everyone can kind of understand from the rock world. And last but not least, A Letter to Elise, again by The Cure, which is live from MTV's Icon show for The Cure in 2004. If you've listened to the original version and you listen to this song, they're two different animals. The Cure's version is darker. It's a lot slower. There's a lot more emotion in it, and the Blink version is complete contrast to that, where it's more upbeat. It's kind of happy. Travis is all over the damn drum set in this song. It's a total pop punk song. It just shows that the band can pretty much take any genre and turn it into pop punk, which is awesome. Again, they did this for the 2004 Icon for The Cure. Marilyn Manson hosted it. If you've seen the video, he introduces them at the beginning. Another awesome version of another Cure song from the same TV show is AFI's Just Like Heaven. It's pretty spot on. The way that they did that song sounds like a faster version of The Cure, and Davey Havok's voice is spot on. Listen to both versions. Listen to A Letter to Elise and Just Like Heaven by AFI. They're both awesome. If I missed any songs, please put them in the description below. And I think that's it for today. Let's just roll the outro. Hey guys, now that we're at the end of the video, thank you for commenting, and subscribing. You can check out daily blogs on thepoppunkdad.com, which features daily reviews and interviews from awesome bands. Head on over to the Pop Punk Dad official merch shop, where you can buy cool things like that right there. It helps the channel out and lets me know that you love me. I have a weekly podcast called the Pop Punk Dadcast, which is on SoundCloud and iTunes now. Please subscribe. While you're at it, cruise around and check out other content on this channel. You can check out all my social medias, my IG, my FB, and my Twitter, at the Pop Punk Dad. And above all else, guys, stay pop punk. Later.